Well,
Hi, good morning. Have you ever experienced when the time are you ready to work and are you ready to work in the restaurant and suddenly when you open the door and your boss is waiting on you on the front of the door and said you are fired. First of all, I was working a busy day because it's a fall break in school and that time we are down of people. On the next day, my boss asked me if I'm able to take some shift for tomorrow morning because some of my coworkers are calling sick. And I said, yes, I'm able to come tomorrow early morning because I need to earn some extra money. When I was on my break, eating on my lunch, and then I received a text messages from my wife, and she said, we need to go to Vancouver tomorrow morning to pick up my mother-in-law because she granted a tourist visa for to coming here in Canada. After my break, um, I'm trying to call my boss and said to inform him that I'm not able to come early morning. I did not even contact her because she's at home right now at that time. When she calling back and she's talking to me and said, you're so stupid because I made already the schedule for the next week and then I cannot even change your schedule for the next week. And then I went home and I feel sad and I talked to my wife and said, I need to come to work tomorrow because we are really down with people. And that time my wife, she's really mad at me. She don't love to talk to me. And then we we sleep at night. She's full of anger with me. On the early morning, I wake up early morning to get ready to my work, and that time, my wife, she's awake that time. I'm ready to come to work. Well, when I open the door of our main door to go out, I heard my wife yelling, calling one of my coworkers and said, keep Darwin until the end of your shift. I don't like to see him here in my house. When I heard that um, phone conversation, I feel so terrible. And I went to my car and start the engine, and I was thinking, and I thought to myself, what is the most important, my work or my family? And then I decided quickly and tell to myself, that's okay. I can lose my job, but I can't lose my family. I'm going back home. I sit beside my wife and then, okay, let's go. Go to Vancouver to pick up my mother-in-law. On that day, we have a great family reunion because we are a complete family. On the next day, I know my boss is really mad at me. When I was coming from my job and opened the door again, she's really standing beside of the door and said, you're fired. You're so stupid because you're so irresponsible person. I cannot take you anymore here in my restaurant. Finally, When as soon as I heard that um, notice from my boss, and I went home, and I said to myself, I'm not that kind of stupid person. I'm not a really irresponsible person. In many cases, we're always pulled down by our situation, but we need to stand up and we need to face our we need to face the reality. And also I learned the times of failure in our lives. We need to stand up and face the reality. Thank you.